Hey everybody, today we're making pork loin. See, that was loud. Why do you gotta do that when I'm trying to record? Hey everybody, today we're making pork loin sandwiches on the Blackstone. So here, we're gonna go ahead and get started. My wife had already pre-cut us some tenderloin. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick them in a bag and we're gonna pound them out and get them flattened out here. So they're going to be nice, so they'll be nice and tender. Not that tenderloin isn't tender already, but we want to pound them out here. To about a 1/4 inch thick. There we go. That's what they're going to look like right there, just like that. What we're going to do is we're going to bread these up with some flour, buttermilk, and crackers in a little bit, and then we're going to fry them up here on the griddle and make them into sandwiches. Alright, now it's time to start smoking. We're going to throw some onions on here to get them caramelized, because some people like caramelized onions on their sandwiches. Those are going to take the longest to cook, so we're going to get those going here. And I think I got this griddle up a little too high, but it'll be okay. Add a little bit more oil here. There we go. Oh, listen to that sizzling pop. Alright, while we are doing that, I'm going to show you what we got going on over here. Just added my spice to my flour. So what we're going to do, we're going to mix up our spice a little bit in our flour here, is we're going to dip the pork tenderloin in the flour. And then we're going to put it in some buttermilk, which I don't have out yet. And then we're going to put some crackers on there, and we're going to fry them up here on the griddle. But we got to get these onions. We got to get these onions nice and caramelized first, or at least getting close to caramelizing. Let's turn this thing down a little bit. It's way too hot. I added some windbreaks to my Blackstone, and it cooks a lot hotter now than it did before, so I got to get used to that. Those are coming along, looking good. Those onions are coming along. I think we can go ahead and get started on our tenderloins. I think by the time we got those done, our tenderloins will be ready. So what we're going to do is we're going to, first of all, we got to get our buttermilk. And this is going to be interesting because I don't have enough room here. But we're going to make it work anyways. Mix these onions up again. They're smelling really good. Oh boy, I can't wait. So here's what we're going to do with our tenderloin, alright? We've got our tenderloin here, ready to go. Right back over here. Should really keep one hand dry, but I didn't. We're going to dip it in the flour here, coat it, and then we're going to give it a, we need oil to fry the bread in first. So get a good generous amount of oil here on your Blackstone. Alright, now that we got it floured up, we're going to dip it here in the buttermilk. And then we're going to give it a nice dip in the crackers. Cover it nice and well. And this should be a really quick cook on the Blackstone, so it shouldn't take very long to cook this thing. So this should really we just want to brown this up on either side. So that's already browned up on that side there. We'll take a look here. See how that's browned up? We just want to kind of just brown them up. And then we're going to temp them, make sure that we're temped to 145. I like to get them to about 160. You gotta leave it on there a little bit longer. Wow. Move our onions over to the side here, let them, so that they don't burn. Let's go ahead and get another tenderloin going while we're waiting. Alright, flour. Dip it both sides, get it coated with some nice flour here. Buttermilk. Got it in the buttermilk. And then the crackers. I'm using Ritz crackers here. You can use whatever kind of crackers you want. You can use Ritz, or you can use Alright, there we go. Alright, so let's temp out this guy here. We should be... They're so thin that they're hard to temp out properly. I did turn the griddle up a little bit just so that they'd cook a little bit faster. We're at 120, 223. Let's temp this one again here. 115, 135, 145. Alright, that sucker is done. We're going to take her off. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to move her right over here. Make her a nice home so she'll stay warm. Alright, we got these all cooked up. We got one last thing to do, and that's to cook up our Kaiser rolls. I'm going to turn our heat down here for those so that they don't burn. Clean off our griddle a little bit. Got this bad boy hot. Hot, hot, hot. Alright, time for some Kaiser rolls. Put them bad boys. I pre-buttered these, so these have already been buttered. Well, we just got to toast them up. Getting there. Getting there. Oh, that one's about done. I did turn it down a little bit, so it might take them a little bit longer. I'm going to go ahead and pull those off. Look at them right there. Oh, those look good. Nice and toasted. It's always fun to toast your buns. Then we're going to assemble one of these sandwiches here. Ooh, Alright, now we're going to assemble our sandwich here. Here we go. I'm going to grab one of them tenderloins right here. That looks like a good one. We're going to go bam, just like that. I'm going to put some arugula on there. Doesn't that look tasty? I'm going to put a little bit of caramelized onion on there. And then we're going to put some garlic aioli on there. Just like that. Get that on there. Ooh, that looks tasty. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? The magic. Look at that. This is good stuff right here. You need to eat some. Thanks for watching. Until next time.